Barnaby had found a long vine hanging from his branch, a thick green vine that stretched down into the darkness below, and it was covered in raindrops, each one clinging to the vine's surface like tiny glass beads. The vine was a vertical garden of water droplets, hundreds of tiny spheres clinging to the green surface like a necklace strung by the rain itself. He watched the vine quietly, his head tilted just slightly, and noticed something wonderful. The raindrops were moving, sliding down the vine in the slowest, most gentle way, one drop at a time. Each drop had its own pace, its own journey, its own unique path down the winding surface of the vine. No two drops traveled the same way. The vine was a waterfall in miniature, each drop gathering slowly at the top, growing heavier and heavier, until it began its long, slow journey downward, tracing the vine's green, winding surface. The drops moved like tiny climbers descending a mountain, inching their way down the vertical path with infinite patience. Barnaby focused on one particular drop, the biggest one, resting near the bottom of the vine. It had traveled the entire length, gathering other drops along the way, and now it was ready to fall. The drop was a survivor. It had made the entire journey from the top of the vine to the bottom, absorbing smaller drops as it traveled, growing larger and larger with each addition. The drop grew larger, stretching longer, holding on to the vine's tip with the tiniest grip. Barnaby watched without blinking, his sleepy eyes fixed on that single shimmering drop of water. The drop seemed to be making a decision, a long, slow decision about whether to hold on or let go. It stretched and strained, clinging to the vine with all its surface tension, and then it fell in the slowest motion imaginable, a perfect sphere of water dropping through the air, catching the moonlight as it descended, and landing silently on a leaf far below. The drop fell in slow motion, turning in the air, reflecting the moon from every angle as it tumbled downward. A tiny silver ball falling through the dark space between vine and leaf. Another drop began its journey, starting from the top of the vine, sliding down at its own unhurried pace, leaving a wet trail on the green surface, taking its time, always taking its time. The new drop followed the same path as the first one, tracing the same winding route down the vine's surface, a journey that had been repeated 1,000 times since the rain stopped. Barnaby watched the drops fall one by one, each one following the same slow path, gathering, growing, stretching, falling. A natural rhythm that that had been going on since the rain stopped. The vine's own bedtime clock. Tick, drop, tick, drop. A clock that measured time not in minutes, but in falling drops. A clock that was never in a hurry. His breathing began to match the drops. In as a drop gathered, out as it slid down, in as it stretched, out as it fell. The slowest, most hypnotic rhythm in the forest. His whole body was keeping time with the dripping vine. His heartbeat slowing to match the pace of falling water. His thoughts becoming as simple and singular as a drop on a vine. Each drop left a silver trail on the vine, a wet path that caught the moonlight, making the vine glow faintly in the dark, like a green rope threaded with silver. The wet trails overlapped and crossed, creating a network of silver lines on the green surface. A map of all the journeys the drops had taken. A record of the vine's endless dripping. Barnaby's eyes followed the silver trails, up and down the vine, watching new drops form and old drops fall. The vine was alive with water, each drop a tiny messenger traveling from top to bottom. The vine was a communication line between the canopy above and the forest floor below. Drops carrying moisture from the highest leaves down to the waiting earth. His eyelids grew impossibly heavy. The dripping vine was the most mesmerizing thing he had ever seen. So simple and so slow and so perfectly peaceful. A natural metronome for falling asleep. The vine was teaching him the art of slow movement, of taking your time, of letting gravity pull you gently toward rest without resistance. Barnaby fell asleep watching the vine, his eyes closing between drops, his breathing synchronized with the falling water. Each drop a gentle note in the forest's quietest song. The last thing he saw before his eyes fully closed was a single drop beginning its journey from the top of the vine. A tiny messenger of sleep traveling down toward him. The vine continued its slow dripping through the night. Drop after drop after drop, each one following the same silver path, a rhythm so steady and so slow that it could put the whole forest to sleep. The vine would drip all night long, never stopping, never hurrying, just the endless slow fall of water from vine to leaf to forest floor. Barnaby slept, his dreams filled with falling drops and silver trails, the dripping vine keeping time with his breathing. The slowest, most beautiful lullaby nature had ever composed. Drop, 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 all night long. Each drop a small punctuation in the long sentence of the night. Each drop a tiny period at the end of a thought. until all thoughts became one thought, and that thought became sleep, and sleep became the only thing that existed in the world.